Ladies, gentlemen, and non-binary identifying viewers, welcome back to the Cool Cat Gang YouTube channel. My name is BL Juggler. I will be one half of your commentary team today for this 70-star Pro League matchup. I am joined in the booth by co-commentator Good Grief. Good Grief, do you want to say hello?
Hello, everyone. Hope you're all having a good day.
Well, I am indeed having a good day, Good Grief. It's good to be back in the booth with you. We are joined by two fantastic runners here. We're going to have a fantastic matchup today. We have our first runner in the booth. We're going to get a little pre-match interview in. Madware, are you there?
Yeah. Hello.
Madware, hello, Madware. How are you feeling about today's run? Have you been practicing a lot? What have you been doing to get prepared?
I haven't been practicing a lot, but I think just warming up a little bit every day, like not completely be rusty. To not be rusty, it's fine. I think this is by far my closest rival. I think I can maybe I can be lucky. Maybe I can clutch something. Who knows?
Well, it's good to keep in high spirits. So I wish you the best of luck today, Madware. Thank you for your pre-match interview. And in the booth also, we have our other contender today, Bombs. So Bombs, how are you feeling today? What have you been doing to get prepared? Bombs?
Oh, it's me. Oh,
Hello? You're live.
hi. Okay, my headset was being strange.
No worries, no worries. So how are you feeling about today's race, Bombs? What have you been doing to get prepared?
I just woke up, so not really much, but I hope that I can do something. Maybe.
Very good. Well, it might be good to tackle a run on a completely fresh mind. Who knows? Well, Bombs, I wish you the best of luck. And Madware too, I wish you also the best of luck. If you could please start up your race times and we will get this run underway. Make sure you've deleted any save files and let's get this run underway.
All right. Good luck.
Good luck.
Runners.
Yeah, best of luck to the both of you.
Good. And whilst our runners get prepared, please do remember to subscribe to the Cool Cat Gang YouTube channel and hit that like button. That would be much appreciated.
Especially if you want to keep up to date with all these very engaging races.
Indeed.
So right off the bat, it looks like madware is using JP cartridge. That will be 2 seconds against his favor, and I imagine with like a 51, he won't go for double Tama, so sound glitch shouldn't be an issue at least.
Yeah, I'd be surprised if we saw CCM 17 here. Definitely going to see a CCM 18 route, but you never know. You never know. He might pull out the stops here.
Yeah, I'm just grasping at straws so far. But even though like madware has a 51, Bombs having a 49, anything can honestly happen during these races. So the win is on the table for either of these racers, honestly.
For sure. The race mindset I find is a lot different to the solo grind mindset, and anything can indeed happen. So it'll be exciting to see what happens in this race.
Yep, I am hyped.
Okay, let's see how these bomb splits play out for our two racers. No island hop. Probably normal to see in a race such as this and with PBs such as this, I would imagine.
Yeah, PBs at least. There are some ambitious people that have actually went for IHOP in a race. Horror does speedruns being the most recent candidate to pull that off.
Interesting.
But with that, both racers are Womps 8 enjoyers. Prefer to get those annoying stars out of the way before tackling Slide.
Now, it would be interesting to see what kind of owlless strats, what kind of cannonless strats we see in both of these Womps.
Yeah, for sure.
Texture attempt from Madware, landing it, or assault attempt from Bombs. Unfortunately, you're going to have to back that up.
Yeah. Salt is... Its consistency has a lot to be desired in comparison to texture, but it is a nifty time save.
And I believe if you do get salt the second time round, it's not actually that much of a time loss in comparison to going for like regular cannonless setups like first time round, if I'm not mistaken. Something like that anyway.
It's like 6 seconds versus 10 if I recall correctly.
Yeah. But definitely for the solo PB grind, it's probably worth it. Interesting to see it in a raced environment.
Meanwhile, Bomb's going for sock folder just to play it safe and get this annoying star out of the way.
Interesting to see the juxtaposition between a assault cannonless attempt and then going for sock folder second time round. But you know, I respect the safety.
Yeah, well, they only get one shot for this race specifically, so...
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Safety does have a fair bit more relevance than in a normal PB grind.
I definitely know the feeling of a multiple try cannonless meltdown in the race, so I support the decision.
Ooh, Madware taking a bit of a fall.
Such an easy spot to fall there in a once 100 coin. Oh no, Madware having a little bit of a mild meltdown here. Hopefully he can put it together.
Yeah, that section in Womps is just scary in general. Yeah, Bomb's bringing it back with his 100 coin all the meanwhile. Yeah, that's honestly like the fun thing about watching these races and just people's grinds in general. People progress in different ways when it comes to certain stars and specific strats, so progression is just personalized for the most part till you get to like 47 where you have to bust everything out to have a shot at PB.
Yeah, and this is what I also love about watching races in this kind of PB kind of scale, the like high 49s to like the 52s, is seeing the variation of routes and strats. It's really, really interesting. You can actually pick up loads of different ways to do stars, and it's very, very interesting to me.
Unfortunately, Madware doing a quick little handstand before making his way to Wild Blue.
Just flexing some acrobatic strats in the middle of the run, no big deal.
Yeah. Alright, Womp King getting his hourly beat down at this point.
Indeed, it is a classic. You love to see it.
Yeah, really can't take it for granted.
So I'd guess about 15 to 20 seconds difference between the two runners right now, hopefully. More or less.
Maybe a bit less.
Yeah.
Because Tower in itself takes about 15 to 20.
Oh no, Bombs unfortunately sliding down the slope there. Actually, very easy to do that. It's a very easy mistake to make because of the lag here. Timing that turnaround and that jump up to the top level by the fortress is very difficult sometimes.
Yeah. Don't forget the famous 5-frame rule where if you try to jump before, I think including the 5th frame, I'm not sure, but either way, do it within those conditions. Your jump doesn't fire and you take a slip like Bombs did there, unfortunately. Very easy mistake to make. Very common mistake to make in lack of bounce, actually.
Okay, let's see. Oh, go on.
Go ahead.
No, go on. That's fine.
Yeah, but we will see lack of bounce most likely later on in this race.
We got a 12.9 slide time from Bombs and 13.1 from madware.
Pretty solid slides. Nothing groundbreaking, but
Does the
nothing
job.
too detrimental either.
Mm.
Ooh, taking a ball. Sill there. So tilting when that happens.
It is one of the more kind of off-putting mistakes. For sure.
Yeah.
You always think it's such an easy thing to just run into the window and jump, but it's harder than you think sometimes.
Yeah. Bombs being 2 for 2 with 12.9, while Madware busts out a 12.7 for his second slide.
Very, very nice slide time there from madware. And nice consistent slide times from Bombs.
Yep. And then here's wing cap, which is, I think, one of two places you will use the wing cap in 70. Or 3 if you're not an IHOP enjoyer.
Yeah, I was going to say.
Yeah.
Some nice flying from both of our runners there.
Oh yeah, flying is trickier than it looks. You really gotta do these parabolic motions, build up that speed to get the job done quickly.
Yeah. I often find as well when I'm doing my own runs, actually, like, I'm a lower level runner, obviously, but grabbing the first 2 coins in particular in wing cap can be very, very difficult sometimes.
Oh, for sure. As a more high-level runner, I will vouch for that. You really got to go down a fair bit just to get those coins. And even top-level runners will miss the first or both of them, honestly.
Sure. Looks like we're going to have 2 Shigeru cycle attempts here, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, very likely.
Well,
Zaya and Suki are a bit ambitious for this level of gameplay.
Especially in a race too, I'd imagine.
Yeah. People have devoted so much time to just learning Suki on its own, and they barely get it in runs. Extremely difficult cycle to pull off, and Zaya only saves about 2 seconds in comparison to Shig, so...
madware having a little bonk at the end of Dark Rod here, a little bit stuck, but able to make it up.
Yep, brought it back at a decent rate.
That's unfortunate.
Oh, nice!
I'm really surprised at that hit. I thought that was going to be a miss. That must have been just pixels in the bomb hitbox there.
Yeah. Madware not so lucky, unfortunately, but this and the final Bowser fight, those bomb hitboxes are stupid generous. And then there's Fire Sea, where if your angle is just ever so slightly off, you miss, lose 17 seconds, reset.
Yeah, it's a classic. Here we are back in BOB.
Yeah.
Gonna be going for a sky jump. One of my favorite stars in 70 star. Obviously, if you do the pro route, you don't go for it because you do Island Hop, but I actually really like this star.
I'm not too fond of it personally. Like, both of these racers trying to grab the wing cap as quick as possible. If you do your movement properly, you can actually grab the wing cap as the box breaks, but
yeah,
it is not easy to pull off and is often a beginner's trap.
Okay, heading into cool mountain now.
Yeah.
It's going to be a lovely pro wall kicks from Bonds. Love to see it.
Yeah, proving that wall kick will work, not necessarily wall kick.
Yes, that's wall kick singular.
Yep.
Madware going for Penguin first. I don't often see
Yeah.
that.
It's more common in races in case you mess up throw wall kicks.
Oh, interesting.
So you avoid the text box twice.
Oh, commentator learning stuff here.
Yeah.
When it comes to 70-star races.
But I barely think to do that when I do my own races because the muscle memory is just so ingrained at this point.
I think that would be my problem as well.
Yeah. Muscle memory is a very critical part of being a good speedrunner. But sometimes it does mess with you. Oh, I guess Bombs is going
Bombs?
for...
CCM 17?
Yup.
Oh, exciting stuff here.
I mean, honestly, there is a fair share of people with 49s and 48s that will go for CCM 17 in races.
Bombs missing one of the coins on the jump there, I realized.
But that is thankfully not a big deal because you do get a 1 coin buffer for this 100 coin route.
Yeah.
And like weirdly enough, if you're fairly consistent with Tama Plus, CCM 17 can actually be a solid decision to make in a race, because if you lose the race in Penguin Race while doing 100, that's about a minute time loss, but one mistake with Tama, that's just like 15 to 20 seconds. But the thing is, you could get multiple mistakes.
It is a trade-off. I guess you'd have to be so like consistent at Summer Plus for it to be worth it.
Yeah. Like, with all this new tech being discovered nowadays, Tama Plus really isn't the hardest thing to be consistent at. You just really gotta put your practice in. Yeah. So it looks like Bombs has a significant lead. A lot of that is credit to the differing routes that runners are doing. Bombs will be... Yeah, go ahead.
Sorry, I'm excited to see the rest of Bombs runs, and if he in fact does land double pillarless, that would be super, super hype. But yeah,
definitely a possibility, because Bombs is known to be a fairly consistent runner. But as I specified, let me think, Bombs will be spending a bit more time in SSL than CCM. Than Madware, I mean. Sorry, it seems English is not my strong suit today.
That's okay, you're managing. You are understood, you are clear.
Alright.
And Bombs making his way downstairs now.
Yeah. Needing to catch a notorious yellow bunny that has managed to elude a lot of casual players and even a bunch of aspiring speedrunners.
Many, many runs lost to this fabled bunny.
Yeah.
But no match for Bombs today, as he's heading into SSL.
Alright. Feels like one of the defining moments of this race.
Ooh. And that's going to be a miss. Gonna need to back it up.
Yeah, not the worst thing that can happen, honestly. Ooh, barely clutching that Talon. Alright, that only loses about 3 seconds in comparison to the Happy Day scenario.
Okay, let's see attempt number 2 here, whilst Madware makes his way downstairs himself.
clean looking Tama plus.
Very, very nice. Straight in the hole. Love to see it.
Yep. And now Bombs has to pull out his second plus. And then we go for the 5 secrets.
Madware himself making his way into SSL.
Yep. Alright. Bomb getting 2 for 3, while Madware gets 1 for 1.
Very, very satisfying to see 2 clean pillarlesses at the same time.
For sure. People have spiraled on this star much worse in other races, so what you see here right now is actually fairly clean for the most part.
And Bombs making his way out of SSL.
Madware, honestly, not too far behind, though.
Yeah, that pillarless mishap maybe giving Madware a chance to catch up, but unfortunately not getting the triple jump straight away here on the Pyramid Star. Quick back up.
It has been known to happen. These slopes, for that hill being an example, can be quite unforgiving.
Yes, very easy to miss time double jumps and triple jumps off of the hill for sure. Well, not double jumps beyond the flat surface, rather, the triple jump.
Alright, both going. Ooh.
So I guess we're going to see a lava boost attempt here from Bombs.
Yeah.
Ooh, very nice.
Kind of neat that Bombs managed to do that fast ending, being as close to the pulse as he was once he cleared the boost.
Indeed. Unfortunately, ledge grabbing just before the platform where the star is, but not too much of a time loss. A couple of seconds, maybe one.
Yeah. That's honestly just a slap on the wrist in comparison to some of the other things that can happen.
Yeah, Lava Boost is a very, very formidable point in the 70-star run for sure.
Yeah.
Just nice to get it out of the way.
Yeah, Basement is known to be just a mental block in general, because you have tricky stuff like Pless, Lava Boost, and something like Fire Sea, where you could just lose 20 seconds at the slightest change.
It is indeed a bit of a graveyard when it comes to grinding for PBs, and taking into consideration as well the race mindset. Having a meltdown in Basement can really, really affect your mental. So it's a very, very interesting part of the run. Bomb's getting bullied here. Managing to get him into the lava eventually.
Yeah, like the bully stars can get tricky if Plan A doesn't go your way. Meanwhile, we see a clean execution off of Madware's part.
Very nice, clean triple bully.
Yeah, and like even something like Big Bully can get dicey if you go for more complex strats like ledge grab skip.
And a nice final volcano star here from Bombs. Making his way out of LLL. Oh no, we got one more star. Sorry, got confused.
One more.
Yeah.
He didn't miss MIPS, it's all good.
Yeah.
Interestingly, decides to say logless for last. That could be one of the trickier ones if you go for the speed kick strat like Bombs just did right there.
And Bomb's making his way to TDD whilst madware finishes up his LLL. Two solid runs here from our runners.
Fire and water. But honestly, this gap is not too big.
It's definitely not, no. Anything could happen.
It honestly can. Not trying to curse anyone or anything, but that's just the reality of races.
Very true. I try and keep the commentator booth as free of commentator curses as much as possible, because we all know a commentator's curse can be the be-all, end-all of a run.
Yeah. Bomb's playing it fairly safe for that last chest, but that is understandable, because missing it is fairly dicey due to that pool in the center.
The lag as well plays a huge factor in missing that last chest.
Yep. DDD in general is just a laggy stage, especially if we consider the famous sub.
The sub is definitely thick with polygons.
Oh yeah.
It's too much for the N64, unfortunately. Which is why you will see our runners manipulate their cameras to the best of their abilities in order to reduce such lag.
Yeah. Really inflates that lag counter that you see in Yusamune. Alright, so... yeah.
Nice PD so far from Bombs. 1 star remaining here.
Yeah. Both of these runners on their way to close off the early part of 70.
Let's see how these rings go. These rings, of course, famous for having the most awkward hitboxes known to any game known to man. But Bombs making clean work of them.
These hitboxes are just all cylinders.
It's amazing how sometimes you could seemingly swim straight through the center of one of those rings and for some reason not activate it.
Yeah, like the hitboxes for the first 5 have a decent correlation, but anything after that is very much suspect.
Let's see if we get an early LEs from Bombs.
Yeah.
Oh!
Fire C is a rather scary stage. Minor mistake could lose you 8 seconds, and a fairly moderate one, or a bunch of minor ones could lose 20 seconds. Because of this ramp cycle that Bombs has just cleared and was able to pull off early LEs.
Yeah. I have to comment on Bomb's early camera work there on the lower level of Fire Seed. He had some very, very interesting angles that I've never seen before, and it worked out. It's really interesting. Going to be looking back on that later, I think.
Yeah, I did comms on some of his prior races for the Pro League, and that is a mainstay for his camera work at that section. Madware's probably not gonna make early cycle. Stumbling a lot. It's just not getting a break, unfortunately.
Yeah, a little bit of spaghetti here in Madware's Fire Seed, but I think this is still the kind of standard slow cycle.
I mean, I guess it's a decent place for spaghetti because there's plenty of pasta sauce in this stage to work with.
Very true. Unfortunately, taking a burn. Oh dear. Oh. Luckily, not taking the death there. It can be very scary there, just continuously burning on those raising platforms right out of the lava.
Yeah. And like Madware's definitely trying his best, but this is a good compare and contrast on how an ideal Fire C and a scuffed Fire C differ. It's a very punishing stage.
The cycle-based stages are a killer for time loss for sure.
Yeah. And especially at this level, a 20-second or even more of a time. Oh, Bomb's getting some really nasty RNG there.
That is some of the worst spider RNG I've seen in a long time. Coins
Yeah.
literally spreading out as much as they can.
Forming a like an equilateral triangle, pretty much. Yep.
Wet Dry World 100, unfortunately, probably the most RNG heavy star in the run.
Hate it. Hate everything about it. And with that, both runners have made it upstairs. This is where the fun part truly begins. Alrighty. So.
Bomb's
Go
finishing
ahead.
up this Wet Dry World 100s.
With
Recovering
madware
from
starting
that.
it.
Recovering from that RNG laden start.
So the gap is still not too crazy between both runners at the very least. Like, there hasn't really been any blocks, if I recall correctly.
Yeah, no major hiccups from either of our runners in their runs so far.
Bombs priming himself for triple jump wall kick, getting it.
Very nice.
Interesting he does that rollout movement considering he didn't go for early box break. I'm wondering if it like saves like a few frames over just the conventional movement if you don't go for early box break. It's interesting.
Always interesting to see the variety of strats here.
Yeah. Bomb's opting to skip triple jump wall kick for top of town because it saves significantly less than for elevator. Especially when Bombs did that movement to kind of skip the platform with the fire shooter, going directly to the spinning one.
Yeah. Definitely the safer way to go. I respect it.
Yeah. It's just that the reward for elevator is higher than top of town with that strat, so often people will skip it for top of town.
Madware opting not to go for the triple jump wall kick here.
Yeah. It's honestly a scary strat, and most people really only go for it after they get 49.
Okay, let's see these secrets from Bombs.
Yeah, Wario Cam. I don't know, I feel like he would do a better job at being a cameraman than the two, honestly. I'd be willing to give Wario a shot.
Okay, nice secrets from Bombs.
Yeah, definitely one of those stars that could just spiral into chaos if it doesn't go your way.
That corner with the flamethrower, the tiny Goomba, and the angle with all the lag can be very frustrating. There's just so much going on.
And also that mountain clip to the last secret gets pretty dicey. Alright. Yeah. Like... Yeah, even for a stage as short as THI, like... They're both just in that same stage, just demonstrating that it is still anyone's game.
Those of us watching on YouTube, please be sure to subscribe to the Cool Cat Gang YouTube channel and hit that like button. it would be much appreciated. And be sure to keep up with what's going on in the marvelous world of Cool Cat Gang.
Yeah. Just keep up to date with not just Mario 64, but we got an Odyssey Pro League too. In case anyone is interested in that also.
Bombs making THA look like a piece of cake, frankly, and grabbing the Toadstar. Now heading into TTM.
Yeah, THI can be fairly comfy in 70 once you have a good handle on the 3 stars you do. Like, Secrets is like the scariest one, but I feel like you can get good consistency with it with enough practice.
Yeah, for sure.
Alright, looks like Bombs pulled off Mountain Clip quite well first time around. And second time looking pretty clean too. Taking an extra ledge grab. We definitely take those over a fall.
Yeah, not too much of a big deal. Ledge grabs, unfortunately, one of those things, accidental ledge grabs and accidental ground pounds, things like that do happen.
Accidental ground pounds being a huge point of contention for most runners that play this game. Like, fun fact, if you press A and Z on the same frame, it's the ground pound that takes priority, so... I think a solid explanation for why that mistake happens often.
Lovely reds here from Bombs.
Yeah. Reds is one of the more fascinating stars this 70 route. Like, it's very movement-oriented. Shows off Mario's true, like, Mario's movement toolkit to its fullest extent, I'd say.
And it's very, very challenging to, with the cameras used in a TTM Reds, the kind of more zoomed-in camera, to move Mario that well. It can be very, very challenging, but it's always very, very satisfying to see it done well.
Yeah.
Madware taking a spill, unfortunately.
Yeah. Mountain Clip is never free. Even top-level runners will just eat it to a Mountain Clip fail sometimes. Ooh, no! That ground pound sealed his fate there.
That is going to be costly for Madware. TTM, unfortunately, is one of those stages where death's probably a little bit more common due to mistakes such as this.
Even like 10 to 20 second time losses. TTM's good at just producing those.
And Bomb's already making his way into Snowman's Land.
Yeah. Oh. Taking the movement a bit slowly. Looking a bit rough, but ultimately gets the wall kick, so that is good.
Kept his composure. Got it done.
Yeah.
I think
It's
I saw a
Go ahead.
kick there instead of a dive. So maybe I think he tried to do a dive towards the slope before the Snowman's Head Star, but maybe accidentally did a kick, which is what slowed him down. I'm not sure. Depends what his movement normally is.
Yeah. Ooh, not quite getting the angle to approach the pond box, but still, like, the movement there was pretty clean on Bombs' part. Ooh, scary angle for Madware there.
Yeah, a little bit of a hard in your throat moment there.
Those shrooms are scary.
Yeah.
Like, the people that named this star honestly had a point. Scary shrooms, red coins. It fits the description.
fairly decent lead for Bombs here now, but as we say in a race environment, anything can happen. Madware not out of it just yet.
Yeah, anything can happen, and a lot of it will happen.
True.
Yeah, due to Madware's unfortunate TTM, now there's like a stage gap between the two racers, but still a fair bit of room for an upset. Never
Saren,
made
you...
it.
Go on.
Yeah, never made a mistaken input in any game. Are you that task guy that everyone's talking about?
I need to meet this task guy.
Yeah. Yeah, I think this task guy's running the tourney. It's just that Saren's like his alter ego to try and blend in, you know? Like, as good as Suiji is, like, Cass is just absolutely legendary, you know?
It's a mildly shaky approach to the Snowman's Head star there for Madware, but making it work in the end. A very, very challenging star in the run.
Yeah. No, I remember when D whatever got his first 46, like one of his major mistakes was Snowman's Head. Just a fair testament to the challenge that Star can provide. Yeah, not to knock on D whatever or anything. Dude's legendary for pulling off the first 46 and making history.
Indeed. And Christmas Miracle attempt here from Bombs. Looks like it's going to be okay. Yeah.
Yeah, White Christmas for Bombs. You'll love to see it. Alright, now it's Madware's turn for late MIPS.
And is Madware the one that's on JP?
Yep.
So both MIPS the same speed in this version?
Yep, that's definitely a plus, not having to modify your movement. You just get up and do it. Man. Like, Nintendo must have thought so little of, like, people outside of Japan to slow down MIPS just for us, you know?
Hey, in Europe, we got like a straight up lower frame rate, so...
Ah, yeah, fair enough. Yeah, at least, like, NTSC US still has a use case for 70. PAL is just... Oh, Madware taking a horrible fall.
A second death for Madware, unfortunately, in HNC.
Yeah, it just feels bad to get that mistake.
The famous whole of HNC has taken so many victims over the years.
Yeah. Like, it's fairly easy to avoid if you're attentive enough, but it does get everyone here and there.
Okay, Rainbow Ride entry for Bonds. And the more exciting part of the runs here.
This is the lack of bounce that I mentioned early on for today's comms. Ooh, but looking clean so far.
Very nice.
Yeah, opting to go for the triple jump setup there.
Double wall kicks as well. Very nice.
Honestly, just clean. Really love to see it.
I think keeping your nerve in a race environment and going into Rainbow Ride and pulling off a first try Lakitu bounce is very, very good for the mental.
Oh, interesting. What's Bomb? Bomb's going for swing second? That's actually like one of the easier stars of the stage, so Interesting he's getting it out of the way first. Aside from lack of bounce, of course. Ooh, cutting it a bit close with that kick. Pulling it off, thankfully.
It works.
Rainbow Ride Res is another technically involved star that highlights movement.
Interesting side flip there. I normally see people do the dive to slide, but Bomb's doing a dive to a very quick side flip to get to the lower level of the maze there. Very interesting. I've seen some very, very interesting movement and interesting camera from Bombs, actually. Always
That
nice
is
to
like
see.
yeah, that could be like a solid backup bit. Like the dive off scope is something you miss. Opting for a pretty safe triangles. This is a very unnerving strat, especially in a race. Like if you go for something like pro triangles, or even if you do like the easier version of left side, that can induce a lot of nerves.
I think the amount of world record pace runs in various categories I've seen die to tricky triangles.
Yeah,
It's one of those
de-
ones.
definitely not a free star. Pro triangles, the setup for that wall kick to the other platform, fairly precise.
More interesting cameras from Bombs here. The wall jump to the switch was very interesting there. Keeping his nerve. Keeping his nerve.
Yeah. Ooh, not quite getting that, but recovering fairly quick. Yeah, PTC 100, very scary in a race setting. There's a reason why most beginners who start off with this category do not do TTC 100 right off the bat.
I didn't do it. I'm a SL Reds kind of guy for sure.
I respect it. I think I only made the switch to TTC 100 when I had like a 56. Some people put, oh no, getting the wall kick, not quite clearing the gap for that ledge grab.
And as we were talking about it just 2 minutes ago, Tricky Triangle is taking another victim.
Yeah. But honestly, mad kudos to Madware for trying out pro triangles in a race setting. Especially someone at 51 level.
Unfortunately, taking another death shortly after as well. A little bit of a Rainbow Ride meltdown here.
Yeah, but Madware's insisting on pulling this strat off, but he's not clearing those gaps, unfortunately.
And to get the backup there, the wall kick needs to be a specific frame as well.
Yeah, sorry to interrupt, but
no worries.
Yeah, he's taking a slip on the flippy. He's having to go the long way around. Like, I find like Flippy's one of the more consistent tricks in TTC, but the price for failure is rather this level of gameplay. Like, it just goes
comfortable cushion here.
Yeah, it just goes to show that Tippy is something you don't underestimate, no matter what level you're at. It's hard to just complete as a beginner, and it's hard to pull off the insane strats you have to do as an expert.
For sure. And a lot of it is about composure as well, just keeping your nerve together to be able to pull off the precise movement you need to get all the stars.
Yeah, just like if you ever just been like nervous for a final exam or whatever, Those kind of nerves just show up when you make it to Tippy on PB pace or just when you make it there in a race. You know? Like sometimes even the simplest question, like 1 + 1 = 2, is just like unnerving when the nerves are just high up there.
There are so many variables to take into consideration for sure.
Yeah.
Even simple things like entering like the clock at the right time. Like it could be so easy to be like too early or too late on a clock entry and accidentally get time moving or time stops depending on what you're going for.
Especially since if you're going for stop clock, you have to stop it at a particular zone. And you could get greedy and do it a frame too early and get the fast clock. Like, just even trying to optimize could punish you if you're too greedy.
And that is 70 stars from Bombs. We're going to be making our way into Bowser in the Sky.
Yeah, but the run's not over. Still got to take down Bowser 3, even with 70 stars in hand. Oh.
How do I take an amp, unfortunately?
Yeah. Meanwhile, Bombs is on his way to low 50 pace, I think.
And with a personal best of 49.41, a low 50 would be a very, very good race time.
Yeah, these racers are really something else. Like, the races they've gotten have played out really close to their PBs. Like, anything that's like 2 minutes or even 3 minutes or less off their PB is honestly something to be proud of.
In the pipe from Bombs. Let's see if we get 3 for free here.
Yeah, final stretch for Bombs. Let's see how throws pan out. A lot of world records choke to this right here. Bombs going for those quick spins, getting number 1, but not
missing the
quite getting.
regrab.
Unfortunate.
And that's gonna be a miss.
Barely missed. Those hitboxes are more generous than it seems, so it was tighter than it looked. But getting 2, and there's the last one.
And that is going to be GG. Bombs taking the W here on the Cool Cat Gang 70-star Pro League with a time of
definitely 3x. 50-31.
50-31.
That is honestly pretty good for a race setting. Shout out level time. Love to see it.
I think finishing within a minute of your PB time in a race shows really, really good consistency and good nerve. So
less than a minute,
GG's
actually.
Yeah.
It was like 50 seconds exactly.
Yeah.
Oh, meanwhile, madware not quite.
Madware taking a spill, unfortunately. I think Madware opting to not finish the run.
Yeah, I think
so. Towel.
Taking a flipper death there.
Well,
GG's. Do we have both runners in the chat room?
Yes.
Yep. So, Bombs, you are the victor of today's race. Congrats on the W. How'd you feel about that race overall? You performed quite well.
Yeah, it's like the first race I've done in the Pro League that I actually didn't want to die doing when I was finished. So I'm pretty happy about that.
As you should be. 50 minutes off of PB when you get one shot is definitely no easy feat. Meanwhile, Madware, you did take the L for today's race, unfortunately, but you put up a valiant effort for sure. Still deserve mad GGs for your performance today. And how did you feel about your race today?
I started with a really bad meltdown in Worms hundreds. It was like so bad, but I think it was fine. You know, it was fine.
The best way to
Yeah.
think.
Let's bake a delicious cake
Yeah.
for Mario.
Sure. Well, GG's to both the runners today. Thank you so much for participating. GG's to Bombs for taking the W, and GG's for Madware, unfortunately taking a loss this time round. But thank you for playing. Bombs is going to be moving on to the next round in the competition, I do believe. And you've been watching the Cool Cat Gang. I have been BL Juggler, and I've been joined in the booth by my good friend, Good Grief. Please, Good Grief, do you want to say a few words before we go?
Yeah, happy to do comps for these races. Always exciting to watch and to provide insight so that our amazing viewer base can just get some nice insight on what's going on exactly.
For sure. Well, if that's all, thank you all for watching. Please remember to subscribe to the Cool Cat Gang YouTube channel. Please hit that like button to keep up with the Cool Cat Gangs happening with Super Mario 64 and Super Mario Odyssey. I do believe we have some speedruns of Super Mario Odyssey too. I've been BL Juggler. Thank you all for watching. See you next time.